Hello and welcome to another edition of the ABUGames.com feature match. I am Derek Peterson.
I'm Ethan Foley.
Of ABUGames.com. This is our FNM finals from August 17th. We see Marshall on the left playing against Casey on the right. Marshall is playing a Bant version of Wolf Run, while Casey is playing kind of a Grixis Control deck he calls Teradill. As we do see, Marshall does not like that opening hand, goes down to 6 here.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to have to try pretty hard to get a keeper. All of his cards cost 4+, except for Rampant Growth, Spear of the Suns, and Ponder.
Yeah, so he's definitely want to get the cheap cards early, otherwise he's just going to be in a rough spot early on.
Yeah, he has 10 castables before turn 4. It's lucky he's not playing against Delver here.
Takes a look at the 6, see if it's worth keeping.
He's got Ponder and Rampant Growth.
Yeah,
I keep it.
Yeah, that's a good keep for any kind of ramp deck. Alright, just a couple of coming to play tap lands for both guys.
Looks like Casey's got 2 Ponders. Should be pretty good. Should have a nice slow game.
I think I saw Think Twice in there as well, as we see Marshall cast the Rampant Growth.
This is Mirage Rampant Growth. That's sweet.
Drowned Catacomb.
Start pondering. Now.
I see he had another of the Sulphur Falls in his hand.
Check out this Ponder. It's 2 Snapcasters Dissipate.
It's pretty solid.
He can ponder every single turn of the game.
He could. Never mind that. Marshall's just thinking it over. He's got the Restoration Angel in hand. He can play Ponder, which is what he's going to do. No reason to really drop the Angel at this point. So you see Hinterland Harbor, Forest, and another Rampant Growth in the Ponder. And doesn't want it. Just ships it back.
I'd probably just keep that Rampant Growth there. If I'm going to shuffle my deck, I might as well get an extra land out of it.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, you're going to shuffle the deck anyways.
Yeah,
might as well just ramp
might
up.
as well just ramp. I mean, unless he has a mana leak or something. I don't know if he's playing it.
We do have the deck list here.
Let's see. I don't see any mana leaks, so I'd probably just cast the Rampant Growth there, unless he's trying to bluff him. He's casting Rampant Growth anyways.
You see Growth number 2. If he's gonna, he might. Yeah, he goes for the mountain so we can activate the Wolf Run eventually. Also, if he thinks maybe Casey has any Phantasmal Images, it's really good just with the Wolf Run to activate, just to get rid of any.
He's got the white source in his hand as he plays it right now. Might as well fix all 4 colors here.
Yeah. So do you see the mountain from Casey, but nothing else, just passes the turn back.
I think if I'm Casey here, I just ponder again now that I'm out of cards that I've seen. I have both Dissipates, and he has both Dissipates and the Snapcasters in his hand. Or both Snapcasters and the Dissipate.
Looks like a Think Twice. And starts the next turn for Casey. That's the biggest thing that whenever I look at the board position like that, the ramp deck, they always get the lands out early, so sometimes I kind of forget what turn it is if I'm not really paying attention because of all the spells like Rampant Growth or if it gets out of prime time.
Yeah, you're sitting on 4 and they have 7.
Looks like he does cast the Ponder. It looks like a 3 land to me.
I keep it. I want to hit my land drops every turn, I think, if I'm a control deck.
But he just decides to ship him away.
It's an interesting call. I mean, you're not really looking for anything at this point with your Ponder, so you might as well just keep lands.
Yeah, I mean...
You usually shuffle a Ponder when you're looking for a specific answer and it's not there.
Yeah. I think... I'm trying to see what he drew. I think he drew a Swamp off it.
That's good.
Ooh, Inkmoth Nexus for Marshall.
Let's start getting busy.
Because we were looking over the deck list for Casey. He doesn't have any instant speed spot removal outside of the Go for the Throat, and that's not going to affect it.
Yeah.
But he does flashback, I think, twice.
Marshall's thinking.
He's tapped out. Maybe just bringing the Restoration Angel in here.
Just get something stuck.
Yeah, just
put some pressure on the game.
Yeah.
You don't like your control player to sit there and be able to sculpt their hand for the whole game and not be able to apply any pressure.
Yeah, that's the big thing with control decks. Once you apply the pressure on them, they have to react eventually.
Yeah, the long game suits the control decks. You want to do something.
So,
Just looking through his hand. None of these kill this angel. Oh, found one.
There's one. So it does go for the throat on the angel. Looks like just ships it back after that. I see he's got the bonfire in his hand, Slag Storm. Not the most effective cards against Marshall, since a lot of his creatures are 6/6s or bigger. Actually, I should say at least 6/6s.
Yeah, those are all just useless. All those burn spells are just like face cards.
Marshall does gain the 1 off of the Glimmerpost while swinging at Casey for 1 infect.
Looks like more than one here.
Yep, does activate it, so it does make it a total of 4 poison.
That's it. And he keeps on drawing land like he pondered them up, but he shuffled away all those lands. He's getting lucky.
I do see the Olivia. That's a good answer for the Inkmoth. He can just shoot it if it's able to stick.
We know that Marshall has the Phantasmal Image,
yeah,
though.
so that's it. I can see it.
I mean, Casey has Dissipate. If he doesn't get greedy and actually play the Olivia here, he probably wins this game.
But he does cast it.
So now it's just going to get imaged, and that's going to be it. He's just going to... That's his only answer to the Inkmoth in his whole 75.
He does have the bolus, but I feel like the Inkmoth is going to be fast enough.
I guess he has a Doomblade in his sideboard. Maybe he'll bring that in.
Marshall plays a second Glimmerpost, who actually gains 2 more after that, taking him to 23. Just thinking what he wants to do here.
This has got to suck for Casey. He spent the whole game generating card advantage, and he's actually done it well. I think he has 5 or 6 cards in his hand, and his opponent has 2. But he just loses anyways. Basically, he's going to lose his guy and mana leak.
We do see the image, and even though Marshall can pay through mana leak, it's not the worst play because it'll be tap out his mana, so we can't use it all for the Wolf Run.
Yeah, he takes 3 less poison.
Yeah, which is pretty big right now, especially when you're at 4 poison already.
But I mean, if Casey knows his deck list, he probably should just concede here. That's it.
So he does play 3, and then Inkmoth gets in for 1 more, sending Casey up to the 5 poison, so he's the halfway point. He's going to need something real soon here.
Well, he needs it the next turn, because Marshall can just Wolf Run for 4 during the next turn if he has a land drop.
Yep.
Doesn't look like he found anything. He's going to Snapcaster or Ponder, it looks like. I don't think he knows that he doesn't have anything in his deck. He's got a bag of bricks here.
Yep. Looking not the best for Casey right now. Yeah, just looking through the deck list, I can't see anything that's really going to get him out of this situation. But you know, why give up immediately? Give your opponent a chance to make a mistake, but.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, if Marshall chooses to play a Titan or something, then the game could turn around for him, I guess. He's got all these reactive spells. He has Dissipate, Snapcaster, Slag Storm. He probably just beat up a bunch of creature decks on the way to the final.
Oh yeah, you know, cards like, especially like Bonfire and Slagstorm, are just really good against the smaller creature decks. But sometimes you'll just get them to the big boys later on in the tournament, and they're just not going to be effective.
Yeah, Primeval Titan doesn't care about Bonfire.
He's the Honey Badger.
Yeah, I would say he's a Honey Badger. I'd like to Snapcaster Bonfire. I bet that's pretty sweet.
Looks like.
Let's see what he draws. Irrelevant. Attack. I attack with my Inkmoth. You're dead. I mean, if your opponent's been doing it every turn, he's pretty much just going to win with conviction here. There's nothing that's going to make him not do it.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Prime Time, he's got Tamiyo, but that's not going to win in the game, other than as fast as just killing him out right now.
I mean, if Casey had something, he would have cast it on the previous turn, so... I mean, maybe he ponders and gets something here, so you don't really want to commit your whole turn to it, but Casey doesn't have anything going on. I mean, the worst that can happen, even if you do lose your Inkmoth, is that you get bashed for 2 by a Snapcaster Mage during the next turn.
Yeah. And considering Marshall's at 23, he's not going to care about that. Does activate the Inkmoth. Going to size up his mana here, make sure he's got enough. Looks like he does attack. Like he's going to activate it, getting his mana just prepared, making sure he has enough. And that is for 5. Casey scoops it up. Alright, with Inkmoth Nexus, Marshall was able to take game 1. We'll see if Casey can come back game 2. We'll be back in just one moment.